Welcome to our guide on mastering atomic habits inspired by James Clear's groundbreaking book. Today, we delve into the foundational principle, the first law, make it obvious. This law is all about making your habits obvious, visible, and transparent. It's about bringing clarity to the cues that trigger your habits. By doing so, we can intentionally shape our habits, and by extension, our lives. Stay with us as we unravel the secrets of the first law of atomic habits. Make it obvious. Imagine habits as a loop. A cue sparks a craving, leading to a response and ultimately a reward. By making cues obvious, we can intentionally shape our habits. That's the essence of the habit loop, a concept that forms the foundation of how habits work. The habit loop begins with a cue, something that triggers our brain to initiate a behavior. This cue leads to a craving, a motivational force behind every habit. This craving then prompts a response, which is the actual habit we perform. Finally, this response delivers a reward, satisfying the craving and reinforcing the desire to repeat the loop. However, the key to harnessing the power of the habit loop lies in the cues. By making these cues obvious and visible, we can directly influence our behaviors and habits. Rather than being at the mercy of our subconscious, we take the reins and steer our habits in the direction we want. By making cues obvious, we can intentionally shape our habits. Let's put this into context. Take Sarah, a successful entrepreneur. She wanted to build a habit of daily exercise. To make it obvious, she laid out her workout clothes by her bedside each night. The sight of her neatly arranged gym attire was her cue. It was impossible to ignore when she woke up each morning, and so, the habit loop began. The cue sparked a craving for the endorphin rush that exercise provides. This in turn led to the response, putting on her workout clothes and doing her exercise routine. The reward? A healthier, more energetic Sarah. Now, meet Jack. Jack is an avid learner, always curious to know more about the world, but he found it hard to make time for reading. So he decided to make his reading habit obvious. Each night he would place a book on his kitchen table. Seeing the book first thing in the morning was his cue. It triggered a craving to learn something new. His response? Picking up the book and reading a few pages while sipping his coffee. His reward was expanding his knowledge, one book at a time. In both scenarios, Sarah and Jack created clear, visible cues that made their desired habits the obvious choice. They used the power of the first law of atomic habits to their advantage. The results? A healthier lifestyle for Sarah and a wealth of knowledge for Jack. But the beauty of the make it obvious principle is its versatility. It can be applied to any habit you want to form. Want to eat healthier? Keep a bowl of fresh fruits on your counter. Looking to improve your guitar skills? Place your guitar in a spot where you can't miss it. By making desired habits obvious, both Sarah and Jack shaped their environments to support their goals. They made the cues for their habits clear and visible. And in doing so, they made the first step in the habit loop an easy one to take. Remember, the path to successful habit formation starts by making it obvious. In summary, the first law of atomic habits emphasizes the power of visibility. It's the art of making the cue, the spark that initiates a habit, as clear as a summer's day. The more obvious a cue, the more likely you are to notice it and act on it. Remember our friends, Sarah and Jack? They made their cues impossible to ignore. Sarah laid out her workout clothes each night, making her morning exercise routine an obvious choice. Jack placed a book on his kitchen table, making his goal of reading more a clear and easy task during his morning coffee. These cues were not just visible, they were strikingly obvious. They were strategically placed in their environment to ensure they were noticed and acted upon. And that's the crux of it all. By making your cues obvious, you're creating an environment that supports your goals, nudging you gently but firmly towards the habits you aspire to build. But this isn't about massive overhauls. No, the beauty of atomic habits lies in the power of small changes. Tiny shifts in your environment, in your routine that accumulate over time to bring about remarkable transformations. So, why wait? Start today. Identify your cues, make them obvious. Shape your environment to foster your desired habits. Remember, small changes can lead to remarkable transformations. Stay tuned for more insights on mastering atomic habits.